What it do, comic book gurus? It's your boy, Ray from Razor Comics, with this week's episode number 15, All Batman, All Copper Age Haul, Keys and Must-Haves for your PC. This is a haul that I picked up at a local warehouse comic book pop-up show. Let me try to say that again. It's my LCS. They had a warehouse pop-up show, so it wasn't at the LCS, but at their warehouse. And this is a good run that I put together of some Copper Age Batman, and I picked up a key, a must-have key that I do believe if you collecting Batman like myself for the first time, or just want to try to pick up a key to have for your collection, kind of as a staple, I think this is a good one to get. It's one of my favorite Batman books of all time, so I'm going to be happy to share that with you guys. I'm extremely excited, but before that we get going and get into the actual books, you guys know what we do. Please do me a huge favor. I want to ask you to do this for me one time today. Hit that like button. You know where it's at. You know where it's at. Hit it for me. And also, if you like the show, I do them every weekend. Please consider subscribing. That way you can hang out with me on the weekend, usually Friday, sometimes Saturday, depending on the schedule. So, without further ado, let me show you the books that I got, guys. Now, the books here have the price tag on them. I haven't replaced all the bags and boards yet. I want to show you guys the price because I like to be honest, and I want to also get some feedback. So comment below. Let me know if I got some good deals on this All Batman Copper Age haul. Again, pop-up show at a warehouse. My LCS has a warehouse where they keep all their books. So I was able to pick these up, and yeah, let's take a look at them. Book number 1. This was the part 1 of 3, Many Deaths of Batman. So you're going to see a continuation of these books right here. I did pick up the whole series, so there is going to be a theme. This was the series that ran after the death of the family. So these Copper Age books, I felt were a pretty good price. They're books I've never had. They're books that I've read before, either in trade paperback or one form or another. But to me, Copper Age Batman, as far as storytelling, is the best. I've read some of that Silver Age. I tried to read some Silver Age Batman because, I consider myself a fan. And I wanted to try to read some of those old school books on the DC app. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. Let me know what you think if you read them on the app. I read Poison Ivy. I'm not sure. It was the first appearance. I'm not sure exactly what number it is on Batman, but it was so hard to read. I don't want to say it was trash, but it was definitely cheesy is the word I'm looking for. And it's just not fun to read. I also read, it was not Mr. Freeze, but I think it was called Mr. Zero at the time. Well, its first appearance in the Silver Age. And again, man, these stories are hard to read. They're not really good. To me, if you want to read some Batman stories, go to the Copper Age. Frank Miller, Dark Knight Returns. This series during the comic book run, the death of the family, and then the run after that. These are good books. They're great for your collection. They're my first time actually owning them, so I wanted to pick up the whole run. So here we go. This is 433, part 1 of 3, The Many Deaths of Batman. So that's the first one. And if you notice, it's $4. I wanted to show you guys this, not so much for the price tag, but I noticed that my LCS bags and boards, they're a little bit differently. So if you notice, this sticks out right here, and it's like flapped inside. It's like flipped over inside. I've never seen that before. Of course, mine are the resealable ones where I put the tape in the back, the blue painter tape. So if you guys have seen that before, please let me know. I've never seen that before. I think that's different. But that's how my LCS bags and boards, their books, their back issues, and their keys on the wall. And as you can see, I paid $4 a piece for these. So I wanted to show you guys the price. I think that's a cool cover. That's the first one. Second one. Again, we're going to continue the run here. This is part 2 of 3, The Many Deaths of Batman. Number 434. Again, $4. Good water. I think this is a cool cover. It's one of my favorite covers. I think it's one of the ones that I recognize. My cousin used to have a stack of these Batman. This is where I pretty much read and got first introduced. He was in a cast for breaking his femur bone, and he was there for a while, and he had a stack of these. And I remember this cover in particularly, it stood out to me because I flipped through it, and I was like, oh man, it's a pretty cool cover, all the dead Batmans. Next. Again, a continuation. We got part 3 of 3. That's Batman number 435, The Many Deaths of Batman. And yeah, $4. Another classic cover. Batman looked like he's about to get shanked. And then, you know, the background is just that classic Batman goodness. These covers, I do believe, George Jimenez, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know, guys, below. Comment down if I'm wrong. But I think it's George Jimenez, I want to say. Or Perez. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm completely wrong. The guy who did Wonder Woman is what I'm thinking of. All right. Next one. Oh, something's written on the back. This has got to be a key, and it is. And if you notice, it's the one that I have in the back there from the last video. But this one, guys, $4. If you checked out my last video, check it out. If you haven't, check it out. But that was the one from the last video where I paid $10. The one in the back has a spine tick on it, which brings that out of a 9.8. This one is absolutely crispy goodness. There is no color breaking spine tick at all. I mean, I checked it out. I made sure it was legit. And we'll let the Lazy Susan kind of do her thing, because that's what she does. Lazy Susan, do your thing. That's a key. So that's the first appearance of Tim Drake in the comic book. We flipped this one before. We flipped through it before. Last video, so I'm not going to flip through it again. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. But yes, that is the first appearance of Tim Drake in the comic book. This is a $4 book. I paid $10 for it in the last haul, so whatever. I'm glad to have 2 copies of it. Next one. Part 2 of 4. And this is the Batman Year 3, number 437. Again, $4. Nice cover. Next one. And these are all good condition, guys. If you look at all these books here, these are pretty much mint to near mint, guys. Sweet. Part 3 of 4, Batman Year 3, number 438. Look at that. That is some classic copper goodness. My favorite age of Batman. Comment down below, what's your favorite age? Mine's copper. Best stories of all time. Most memorable stories for Batman? Definitely Copper Age. Silver Age, cool covers. You know, first appearance. There it is. Yeah. George Perez. George Jimenez. Guys, who's George Jimenez? Yeah. Let me see if I can get a focus on that. George Perez. Boom. I'm not sure if we did all the covers, but that is sick. Look at that one. Batman Year 3, Part 404, number 439. Again, $4. I think that's a good deal, right? Bag and boarded. Crispy condition. These are going to be fun to read later. These are going to be so fun to read. Oh, man, I can't wait. Now, here we go. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Yes. And I think I might have skipped ahead. Yeah, I did. Oh, well. But this is iconic Batman cover. If you know, you know. It's Batman 497. So I did skip a cover. That's all right. We'll come back to it. Batman 497. I mean, this, you guys know it, right? This is a key. Why it's a key? Is it a first appearance? Is it first appearance of such and such? No, it's a major event. It's Batman getting his ass kicked. More importantly, it's the breaking of Batman, where Bane breaks his back. I was happy to pick it up. As you can see, the price tag is out on this one because when I got it, guys, as soon as I got home, I had to flip through it. I've never owned a copy of this Batman cover ever. So I was so happy to come home, and I had to open it up, and I'm going to let Lazy Susan do your thing. That way you guys get a good look at it. I know that's kind of hard to see with the glare, but from that way, that looks good, right? from this way. I'm going to open it up too because I want to show you guys something. That way it looks pretty good. Okay, so from the outside, nice and crispy. And this is the variant edition. So this is the variant cover, and I'll show you. Open it up. Kind of hard to tell from here. You got to touch it. You got to do a little touchy-touchy. But yeah, take a look at it, guys. Okay, you know that black cardstock back in the day. So yeah, from outside, clean cover. Clean, clean, clean. But I want to show you something on the inside. A couple things. First off, let's get it out of the bag and board. And these are for my guys and gals who do pressing as a hobby or just know about it. I don't know much about pressing, if this can be pressed out, but if I can get a focus, I hope I can. See that? Okay, perfect. Okay. Can that be pressed out? That's basically my question. And on the inside, let's see if I can get it. There it is. It's like a fold, right? So I know that's going to bring down, there's one on the bottom. It's basically the same thing on the bottom. It's kind of hard for me to get it to focus, but it's the same thing. I'm glad I was able to show it to you. I just want to know if I can that be pressed out? Because that is the only issue with this comic book. Other than that, there it is. Okay, that is the variant cover of Bane kicking Batman's ass. That's so sick. Bane's he's my favorite. I gotta say it. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Bane's my favorite out of the Rogue Gallery. Of course, Joker is Joker. He's like Darth Vader. Basically, he's in his own category. But let me show you guys. I had to flip through this. This was so fun. And all it is, when you read through it, it's a cool story. The Copper Age was so fun. It was fun. It was gritty because it brought Batman back to not being that silly Silver Age character he was. But I mean, this was just, look at that artwork. Check that out, man. Oh, I love it. The smell of the ink. Whoo! Okay, so check it out. You guys can tell just a moment, just to appreciate. Mwah, goodness, that is just the best kind of artwork. And I'm gonna skip to it, guys. Basically, all this is a story of just Batman getting his ass whooped. Now, in the story of Bane throughout the history, I do believe, and again, comment down below, guys, because I am just getting back into the hobby, but I do believe. Here it comes. Bane has never lost to Batman. Every time Batman faces Bane, he gets his ass whooped, just like this. Here it goes. Here it goes. This is a classic. I gotta do my Bane voice. Let me clear it out. All right. Here it goes. I am Bane, and I could kill you, but death would only end your agony and silence your shame. Instead, I will simply... Get ready for it, guys. Here it comes. Break you. There it is. I will break you. Crack. Oh, that's classic. We're just going to take a moment just to enjoy this right here. I've never owned this. This was $6. So I took it out of the bag and board. It was $2 more, but it was in the back issues. Broken. And done. During the ass whooping, it's so good. Bane basically says, like, say my name. He tells Batman to say, just call him Daddy, basically. There we go. And now feel so bad I want to die. Beg for mercy. Scream my name. Oh, man. He just beats the shit out of Batman. I love it. This was just awesome pickup, guys. Everything on this book was clean except for what I showed you. It's that black cardstock in the back. The variant, oh man, it's not the A, but it's the variant, and I'm glad to have it. I mean, this was just an awesome pickup. $6 in the back issue bin, no less. Oh yeah, so we're gonna put that back away in the bag and board. That's gonna go on the wall of Batman keys, of course. I love it. Let's just let it sit up there for a little bit longer. Take a little break here, a little drink, because Yes, Batman goodness. Copper Age, get you some, right? Makes you feel good. Nostalgia, it's a hell of a drug. All right, next comic book. And this is the one I skipped over, so my bad, but hey, it's Bane. Another key for the Copper Age. And for $4, part of the back issue run, this is Batman number 442. That's the first appearance of Tim Drake in the Robin costume on a cover. There it is. Man, I nailed that pretty good, huh? Yeah, love it. There it is, key for only $4. I mean, in this pile here so far, we got this key, right? That's 6, so that's 10. And then we have the one that's in the back. I'm not going to go through the pile and pull it up, but 6, 10, $14, and that's 3 keys. So, I mean, Copper Age, if you're collecting Batman or, you know, just back into the hobby for the first time, for me, this was a nice, cool, just affordable way to get some keys, some good reading. Not on top of that, it's just great reading. You're going to get some great stories all put together in a run. Now, here it is. This is the last one. I can feel it. So I'm excited to show you guys this. Yeah, so as you can see, what I'm spending on the books, they're priced there. If you want to do math, you can add them up. If not, I'll tell you the total at the end. But this was the big book. Now, I'm a little nervous to show you it because it's going to have the price tag, but I want to be transparent and honest with my books and hope that you guys will comment down below and keep me honest. I want to have this conversation with the community. I want to show you guys what I get because I'm just jumping back into the hobby. So this is the 15th episode. This is a big book for me. This is going to be the book that, well, quite frankly, when I was a kid, kind of, I'm not going to say traumatized me, but I just stopped reading Batman after this and picked up Spider-Man at that time because it was so dark. It's a great story, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to go out there and say it. Comment down below. My favorite Batman story of all time. My most memorable. I could remember picking it up and reading it as a kid where I was at. And it's my favorite story of all time, Batman. And I own it here. I'm going to show it to you guys. Let me know what you think. Here it is. Drum roll, please. Batman the Killing Joke. For me, this is a big book, guys. $60 is a lot of money, as you can see at the price tag there. That's what I paid. There was no willing and dealing at the warehouse. That is a must-have as far as comic book collecting for Batman and your PC. I had to have it. The only book I have of this is a trade paperback. I remember reading this as a kid at my cousin's house. He had this. Again, he was at a cast, and he was just reading constant comic books. He was getting them like every week. This is one that he had that I remember specifically flipping through it, seeing the part where Joker is hunched over Barbara Gordon. And okay, so basically this is the key significance. Let's back up a little bit because I'm so excited. This is the time that Barbara Gordon gets paralyzed by the Joker. So this is a big boy book for me. $60. It's a great story. It has great artwork in the inside. If you haven't read it, check it out. I feel that it is the best Batman story of all time, just because it is really gritty. It gets back to basics as far as Batman and Joker, their duel. Then the storytelling of it is great. I remember as a kid when I seen it, it was just kind of like, wow, this is dark, man. I don't know if I want to read Batman. And at the time, I was picking up Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was just more fun. You know, he was telling jokes. He was a kid that was being bullied and picked on. He was a smart nerd, and I just related to it more as a kid at that period. So at that time, I just stopped reading Batman. Now, as I got older and I had kids and I moved out and I wanted to get back to comic books, I got back into Batman because I recognized how great Batman was as far as the storytelling. Couldn't actually appreciate it then as a kid. As an adult, when you go back and read these books, they're so good. I'm going to go ahead and take it out the bag and board for the first time here. This is so awesome. Now, $60. If you look on eBay, I did a little price check through the Key Comic Collector app, which is kind of popular right now that people are using. And the Key Comic Collector app has it as a mid-grade $30 and then a high grade for $100. And then if you hit the little eBay link underneath it, they vary, $30, $50, $100. So the only thing that I saw was this right there. I don't know if that's a smudge or if that's an actual, like a scratch on the book. I didn't want to touch it too much. I left it as it is because I wanted to show it to you guys and kind of get your feedback. But I'm excited to flip through this. I feel the condition's pretty good. For $60, honestly, I just kind of picked it up, did it once over, and put it on my pile right away. I was like, hey, I'm gonna grab it. I didn't notice that when I came home, so I know that's gonna take down the condition. And let's just kind of look it over together. Oh man, this is awesome, guys. Look at that, 350. So you can tell that's a way to tell that's a first print. So the back looks pretty good. This is so cool. Oh my god. Oh man. $60 a lot of money for me, guys. So let me know. Comment down below. Did I do good? Batman the Killing Joke. Alan Moore. Let's see where we can get a nice reserve. 1988. Right there. There it is in the bottom. It's kind of hard to focus. Give me a focus. First printing. So yeah, we got a first print. And this, as a kid, traumatized me. I owned the paperback, so I was able to read the story and really fully appreciate it. But man, this thing is really gritty. Let's see if we can skip to. Find it real quick for you guys. Oh man, there it is. Look at this. Gritty as a kid. Imagine kind of reading this and like, what the hell? What the hell's going on here? And then there's a part where Joker is just laughing and he's looking over Barbara right here. I remember that as a kid. It just stuck out to me. I flipped through this on my cousins and I was like, oh my God, this is nuts. This is what you're reading? But yeah, it's a good book, guys. If you haven't read it, read it. Basically, Barbara gets paralyzed and the Joker just tortures the shit out of Gordon. Commissioner Gordon just gets, he's butt naked. Comes out running butt naked. It's a good book. Great read. Oh, wow. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to have this in my collection, guys. I'm just going to put it back in here. I'm going to put a new bag and board on it because I'm not going to try to do the flip with the lip thing like the LCS does. But let's leave that up there for a while. Let's go through the keys one more time. Great pickup. Great pickup. I feel I did good. Now, I want you guys to comment. If you say, hey, Ray, no, you should have paid $40 or whatever. I think it's a little... I want it to be around 40 or $50, to be honest with you. It was what I wanted to be at. But for $60, I feel I did pretty good. And we have the first appearance of Robin here in a costume on a cover. Tim Drake, excuse me. And then we have the Batman Killing Joke, of course, in the middle. Over here, we're going to have... Let's put it up here if I can. Yeah, that's good. Breaking of Batman's back. And then we had the first appearance of Tim Drake as well for $4. So a total of $100. Go up to $110. Excuse me, guys. There you go. A little bit better. Came up to $110. A little bit more with taxes. Here's a tip. If you guys go comic book hunting at the LCS or out in the public in general, take cash. I ended up paying a little bit more for the taxes and to use my debit card. I could have saved like $10 if I just took cash. Just a little tip for you guys. But let me know, comment down below how you feel. I think that I did pretty good. These are great keys. I'm happy to have them. I can't wait to actually flip through these books. We had a great time out there hunting. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. And until then, check you later.